What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to 7 Days. We are starting a brand new series and I'm calling it Does It Horde? So how did I come up with this idea? Well, my kids and I, we were building a Legos set and everything, and I was like, well, shit, if you can make it out of Legos, you can basically build it in 7 days. I mean, it's all blocks and everything like that. So that's kind of where I got the idea. So basically, this series here, I'm going to try to find different random things to build in 7 days and see if it hoards. So for our first hoard, we have the Nintendo and the TV. So just to kind of walk you through everything here. I am in God mode right now. I will switch to the horde. I tried to build this as close to the Lego model as possible. I tried to get the colors pretty correct and everything like that. So you can see here we have the base, and you can see I tried to make it look like it's sitting in there, and you can even kind of see the gap here. We added the back part here to make it look like a true TV. I didn't feel like filling all of this in with blocks, but as you can see, we do have a little bit of electricity going on here. We got our antennas and our solar panels, and that's basically this back part. So now we have our little Nintendo controller here, which will be the platform in which they go up into the TV, which is where we will do the horde base. And then we have our Nintendo. I tried to make it look like a cartridge here as much as possible. This was fun to figure out how to build, but this is the little enclosed thing that goes down, and I kind of gave up on this part. This was supposed to be like the the wire going into the controller, and then we have our audio ports here. So um, I tried to make it as close to possible. I did spend quite a few hours on it over the course of several days and everything. Um, and so basically, what we're gonna do is the zombies will come up here. And here's the fun part too. If you've ever done the Lego design, you may know what I'm talking about here. So they come up here, and this is where we will uh, make our stand. So what I'm going to do real fast is I am going to increase the time to 20 hours to kind of really show you exactly what we expect here. So let's go back here, 20 hours. And the reason why I'm saying 20 is because that's when the lights turn on. So if we turn around, it's Mario. So we get up here through here and everything, and I tried to make it so we're fighting a little Mario scene, and that really plays true to the Lego design that my kids and I built. So without further ado, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and sit here. What I've done is I've given myself some basic weapons here, pretty decent, and what I think it would be achievable within the time frame. We are going to be on, we're level 34, we're game stage 104. We are on day, hold on, let's get back the, there we go, we're on day 34. So I will be switching this over to day 35 here in just a minute, and I've kind of given myself some skill points in which I think nothing's maxed completely, which I think even at day 35 you probably have like the string tree or something max. But you can see here I only gave myself machine gunner level 2. We have siphoning strikes level 3. Agility, I only gave myself run a gun. I didn't even give myself parkour because the thing is I'm not going to run, so basically I would consider this a fail if I can't keep up with this. So this may be an issue here. They may beat on this pretty good, so I'm not sure how we're going to do, but again, that's the whole concept of this series, is just does it horde. So without further ado, let me go ahead and turn debug and creative menu. Oh shit, I need to have creative menu back on real fast. Debug's off and we are rock and rolling. So I am going to go ahead and eat. I did forget to give myself a vitamin. I will give myself 2 vitamins here. So hopefully this works. I briefly tested it out and it should work. I did originally have a gap there, but the zombies didn't like running in the gaps, so that's way too loud. I mean, this was a fun build, though. I'm not gonna lie. It did take a while, which I'm sure most of these builds will, because I'm not doing like just run-of-the-mill style builds. You know, I'm trying to do something creative here. It was pretty fun, and it got me using a few blocks that I hadn't quite used before. So, I kind of enjoyed it. Got another level up. So right now, I mean, this is a pretty solid base. I mean, the stairs, these are half blocks. I kind of wanted to make it look pretty close to what Mario would look like. Oh man, they might have... They might have destroyed the... They did. I figured that was going to happen. So... Alright, I fixed it there. So, problem is, this is going to be a tricky jump. That's alright. I can make that. Alright, we are back in business. No, we're not. I can't even jump. Well, there you go. Does it Horde? It would have, if and only if we're gonna do round 2. That was not a good round. So you can see how they're coming up here. I love how this looks. It almost looks like a real TV. Anyways, back here. We're not trying to take screenshots. Alright, turn God mode off. Let's do this. And honestly, I love how they have this ramp that goes up, and you can literally just shoot straight down. I mean, this is incredible. It might be something I even try to implement, like just these jump stairs and then have a high angle to shoot down. Because most of the time we have it where they're, you know, even. Let's do a little melee and see how the melee does. I haven't really let them up here yet. Yeah, I think this base is totally horrible. That's a new vocabulary word. Horrible. The ability to survive a horde. I mean, look at that. Like, it's just so easy. And it's not too far away. That was another thing. I had to make sure the ramp wasn't, like, where they came up. I had to make sure it wasn't too far away. Otherwise, you know, we'd have all sorts of issues. Stop hitting the walls. Everything here is made out of concrete. Nothing's steel. And for the window, obviously I used bulletproof glass there. So if you like something like this, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you want me to build or what you like to see. You know, I already have a few other thoughts in mind. Mainly I have a lot of Lego kits or sets my kids and I have built. So I was thinking about just kind of starting there. But if there's something that you'd like to see, I'd like to turn this world into, you know, my Does It Horde world. So we're popping the slug shots, and the range on these bad boys, it's pretty nice. Although I don't want to, you know, destroy blocks here, because the only problem with this base is if there's a gap in here, it's done. They don't want to jump the gap. I tried using poles. I tried using all sorts of things, but with the gap and these are half blocks, I couldn't find a way for a zombie to pass. So that's why I made it sort of like the final state or the final part of Mario, where they had to jump on the flag. So we are coming up on about 3 hours left. So this base, honestly, this is a phenomenal base, I think. Like, I think just being able to see outside is pretty cool. The lights and everything. I don't know if the lights slow them down. I know that spotlights. Oh, there's the spotlight. I know spotlights used to slow down zombies. I don't know if they do that anymore though. But I wanted to make it look like a TV. So spotlights were the way to go. Man, that's brutal. And I mean, zombies don't make it up that much here. And I mean, I'm not doing anything crazy. It's literally just half blocks and they have to jump. The thing is, it's like they have a wall to jump on instead of, or against. Hey, get down. Oh, we don't have concussion. That's fatigue. And we don't have vitamins left. Oh well. Let's go ahead and drink coffee here because we'll be dehydrated soon. See, it's like they're having problems just making it up here. Like, we can literally chill. And what I used here, I mean, this is literally a fence. So I just went here. It's catwalk version 1 rail only, and I just put it on its side. I mean, they can reach through though, pretty good. I don't think they can reach me though. No. I did this because I was trying to limit the amount of like surface area the blocks took up, and I didn't want you to really see it, and I didn't want them to climb. I think that was the biggest thing. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, like. He's hitting the roof, is he? Hey, hey, hey. Get down. So, yeah, let me know what you think about this build here. I want to say I got a little build fatigue, I think, and I rushed the Nintendo part a little bit. The actual Nintendo controller, that was not hard, but I had to finagle a few things, and I'm lucky that they had the plus button for the text, because that's the only way I could get the D-pad. But yeah, the Nintendo part, I don't know, I started not giving up. I wanted to finish it, but I started rushing it. I spent a lot of time on the TV though, and making sure the lighting and everything in here, the colors sort of matched what the Lego design had as much as possible. Hey, Frosty Paw. Alright, so what I'm going to do is we're just going to pause for a second. Alright, so we're back. So what I wanted to do here is I wanted to pause everybody, and I wanted to just kind of take a gander here real fast. Look at that. I mean, that's a screenshot right there. Honestly, I love how this turned out, at least. Alright, AI's off. Let's get out of God mode. AI's back. And And the only other weird thing I had to do was, is that a frosty paw or did I just break a block? So the only weird thing I had to do here is, oh, there he is. Is you see these blocks here, that right there, those had to be the full blocks because so that I could put a question mark on it to kind of make it look like, you know, where Mario jumps and gets a mushroom. So I would definitely say, hey, we finally got a bird. Like, I don't have any bird defenses though, so like that might be an issue. Probably, I mean, not during Horde night. I don't know how quickly they can break through concrete. But I would definitely say this is a 10 out of 10 at Hordes. And very well. Yeah, there's no way they're getting through here. Yeah. Yeah, they have a lot of problems getting up here. I'd be curious to see if the cop zombie can make it through this catwalk. I'm assuming okay. I'm assuming that's a yes. You see, when I back up too far, they lose track of me. So we're basically at the maximum that you can be. And that's it. So that's Horde night. You know, we did day 35 Horde. Did you see the lights turned off and everything? There we go. Look at all these loot bags. Chopping them heads. Chop, chop, chop you. Alright. So let's just see. Like, so yes, this was a big issue. I knew it would be because right here, basically where they took this off, they took it off in like the perfect spot for it not to fall. But one more block there, this would have collapsed. So what I was talking about, like, so this D-pad here, this was, luckily they had a plus sign there. I think everything else actually did pretty well. Don't really see much damage. Let's see how much. Here's my one concern. So minimal damage here, and this was my concern here because ideally these wouldn't be here. So the original design only had these 4, but my first time I actually had a collapse because I was missing these. Okay, so this one took a little damage, but again, this is 1 block, but then there's 2 blocks. Or actually, no, these are all 1 block. So this would be the first thing you would want to, stillify. That's another word now. We just made up two words: portable and stillify. But yeah, let's just take one more look. Here is our Nintendo TV base with our antenna and everything. So let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below of what you would like to see next, and I'll build it. And we'll go from there. And eventually, I will show you off this massive build over here. I'll give you a quick rundown. So this is a stadium here, and I wanted to. I think the lights and everything still work too. We can check that out. Let's turn on God mode so I don't have to worry about that. I was going to have each type of zombie here, and I was going to have like a sledgehammer, a stun baton, and maybe the club here, and see how far I can hit and yeet a zombie. And that's why you see the numbers or the tick marks here and everything like that. And I was going to repurpose this too as like put like a field goal somewhere right here and see how far I can yeet a zombie and how far I can make a field goal. So if that's something you want to see too, let me know. This took a very long time. Um, I mean, you can see how massive build it is and everything. And I mean, I even went so far as, everything is sort of, filled in. So yeah, let me know. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give me some love. Hit that like, subscribe. Let me know if there's another build you'd like to see. And I will see you on the next episode. Does it Horde? Have a good one.